You're listening to The Crap Goth. My name is Pixie, and this is my podcast of absolute randomness where literally I will talk about random subjects. You never, ever know what you're going to get. And today I am going to talk about phobias because, oh my God, every single person that I've spoken to has some degree of a fear or a phobia, but there's a massive difference between the two. So obviously a fear is something that you don't like quite a lot, but a phobia is something that full on fucking freaks you out. And today I am going to talk about one of my phobias, which is absolutely, well, actually a few of my phobias, but I have a few. But one of them absolutely pisses me off, and I have absolutely no reason for it whatsoever. And this is spiders. But it's not just any spiders, right? These are, the kind of spiders which are I don't even know how to describe it, because people who are listening from Australia and other countries where you get ridiculously big, angry, venomous spiders that just want to basically kill you will be laughing at this, because the spiders I'm talking about, and I'm in the UK, have the bodies the size of like maybe a grain of rice or half of a grain of rice, but the legs are like full grown man legs. They're like super long, like they stretch across half the house, but you can barely see them. They're like ninja spiders. And I don't like it because these little slippery fuckers, they create webs that you cannot see unless it's at night time and you've got a blue light shining on them. But they manage to kind of dangle down in front of your face and get tangled around you. And they turn out like some alien face hugger shit that just end up, legs everywhere, spreading across into your ears, and the little tiny pea body just on the end of your nose. And they're horrible. Like, they're literally horrible. Like when you see ghost films or whatever, and they go into haunted houses and they're battling their way through cobwebs and you never see the spiders, do you? Just the webs. That is what I'm talking about here. And these little fuckers have taken over my house. Like, they're in literally every corner of my house. And I'm not saying I'm a scruffy cow. I mean, I'm not exactly like a Stepford housewife either, but like they're literally everywhere. They're in my bathroom. They're hiding in the corner of the like shower. So when I go and have a shower, I look up and they're sitting there with the fangs out, staring at me and everything. I hate them. I literally hate them. And I think it was only last night I ended up texting my husband because I needed a wee. I texted my husband and there was this spider in the bathroom and it wants to kill me. You need to come and rescue me now. So obviously I heard him laughing as he came up the stairs because he knew he was going to grab this fairly small palm-sized spider, and he just scoops them up and chucks them out the window because we don't really want to be killing them, to be fair. And he just grabs them, chucks them out the window, walks off laughing. He finds it really funny. But the stupid thing is then, I then go, oh, thank you so much, my hero, and all that kind of stuff, and come down into the front room to put the telly on and sit in the same room as 3 actually venomous tarantulas that are my pets. I am not scared of tarantulas, but I'm scared of these stupid, spindly-legged fuckers that are hanging from my ceiling. Now, I don't understand that. That is a phobia that I really don't get. And I actually am absolutely terrified of these spiders, which is ridiculous. Now, one of my tarantulas that I've got is called an OBT. And if you know anything about tarantulas, or don't actually, it's also known as an orange bitey thing. Honestly, Google it. I swear down that is true. And these little things are ginger and angry, and they are like known for teleportation because they move that fast, and their bites are excruciatingly painful. I mean, they could potentially kill somebody who is allergic to it. They will definitely cause a hell of a lot of pain should you get bitten. I have 3 different venomous tarantulas in the house, in the living room, and I sit and watch them and I talk to them and I feed them crickets and I buy them little things for the the vivariums, and they're so adorable. But then I look up in the corner of the same room where these fucking tarantulas are and see this spindly-legged dickheads that are just staring at me and absolutely freak out. I cannot take it at all. And I don't understand why. Where does this irrational fear of this little tiny spider come from? I have never been bitten by a spider yet. Oh, God, shit. Where's wood? Where's wood? I need to touch wood, shit. Right, there we go. So I need to clean out one of my tarantulas, actually. So I've never been bitten by one. It's not as I've woken up and I've found one on my face or anything. I just cannot explain this stupid fear I've got of them. So that's one of them. The second one is kites, and anything actually which inflates, whether it's a bed sheet on a washing line that billows out in the wind, that just thinking about it makes me shudder. Them fucking pop-up tents you get. You know when you go into a festival and you got a pop-up tent and it's this little tiny compact circle 1 minute, and the next minute you fling it in the air and this full bloody 20-man tent pops up with a sofa and a fucking television. I don't like it. The fact it just expands so fast freaks me out completely. Hot air balloons, that is my nemesis. I remember being a kid and my parents taking me to a field to watch hot air balloons inflating, thinking it would great family day out, which it probably would be, apart from the fact the sight of like fire being thrown into something that's fabric and then the whole thing just slowly billowing up. Oh my God, no. Absolute massive no for me. I don't know what it is. I just don't like them. So I set myself a goal. Now, for those people who are new to this podcast channel, hello, by the way. So I have a YouTube channel as well, which I've spoken in depth about this, but I lost my little boy last year and it literally was the worst thing to ever happen to me in my life. And I have days where I just cannot cope and I just don't even want to be here sometimes. But I have made myself a promise that I'm going to conquer so many fears because he did. Like, he was so brave and he basically dared me to do a lot of stuff, and he is absolutely amazing. Also a YouTuber, absolutely fantastic. And one of the things we used to do together was watch a video on YouTube, and it was base jumping. And it's, oh my gosh, like don't like heights for a start. I am shit scared of parachutes and hot air balloons and kites and anything, like I said, that kind of billows out. So I've set myself a goal to do a base jump, which, yes, I know is stupidly dangerous, but I'm not going to do it for a couple of years. So I am doing a series of videos on YouTube, which is conquering my fear of kites initially. I have a 2-meter kite and a 4-meter kite. I have the, one of them is a 5-line kite. I've just got a land board as well, so I can be dragged along. I used to be a skateboarder, so that's pretty okay. I've got balance and things, but not attached to a frigging massive kite when it's very windy. Luckily, I have a fat ass, so the chance of me actually taking off into the air are pretty slim, and my husband's pretty strong, so he can always drag me down by my fat bloody cankles if he needs to. No, I'm kidding, I'm not that big, but my ass is massive, so I don't think I'll take off. So I'm going to be doing a series of things over this next year of getting over my fear of massive, huge parachute kites. Then I'm going to arrange a tandem skydive, which I'm going to do to raise money for charity, for a children's heart charity, because my little boy had 2 heart transplants and he passed away through heart failure, which is just, and I really want to give something back and also do it for him, for his memory. And and as I exit that plane, I am going to yell balls at the top of my voice. Again, if you want to know all that is about, please go back and look on my YouTube channel, because he was well known throughout throughout the world for yelling balls. So again, this is like an irrational fear. Why am I afraid of kites? Even Mary Poppins goes out with the fucking children playing with kites. Let's go fly a kite. I watched that film. I love that film. I can watch it. Put a kite in my hand and I'm a twat and I'll start crying or just, I don't know what it is. Phobias are just so bizarre. Like, I really don't understand it at all. Like, where do they come from? It's not as though something bad happened to me as a kid around kites. I used to fly kites as a kid. It's just random. It's not all about the kites or about the spiders. It's just, how do we develop these irrational fears and these phobias and everything else? I don't get it. It's like, my head is so fucked up anyway. Let's just add a few extra bits in. Stuff that is just everyone else loves and really enjoys. Go to a beach. I can't go to a beach because there's fucking kites on the beach. And let's go out to a festival. That'd be great. But if you look up in the sky on a beautiful cloudless day and it's all blue skies and there's 20 million hot air balloons hurtling the way towards them with a fucking fire-breathing basket shit, I don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. So yeah, it's a really good job that I'm kind of a goth, because I am very pale skinned and I like to stay in the house, because if I went outside, I'd see everything that scares me. So I just stay away from the sun and like be a little hermit vampire. This is great. And that's all this was, really. It was just what the fuck? Why are we scared? I don't understand it. Life just baffles me. Do you ever just sit there, which is exactly what I'm doing right now, because it's now nearly midnight at night, and I'm sat here and I was like, this just popped in my head and I don't understand it, and I'm actually looking around the room, checking out for these fucking spiders, because I know that they're somewhere. I can see the webs. Because my ring light is on, because I'm about to film for YouTube, and a web has just highlighted itself, and I'm right, where's the spider that created it? So that's all that is. Like, what phobias do you guys have? Oh my God. And why do we get them? Why is it installed in us, like, to be born and fear spiders? Well, I'm sure some of you out there bloody love them and you're fine with it, but fear something, like monsters in your closet or or I don't know, fear of the dark, claustrophobia, whatever. I mean, but it just does my head in, and I hate it, and it pisses me off, and I just want to go out with my family and enjoy a beautiful summer's day or spring day or whatever it is without afraid. I mean, right, I've got to tell you this, sorry, I am going off on a tangent right now, but I shit you not, I can't even hide in my house to get away from hot air balloons. This happened to me last year, and I was sat in my bedroom and I heard this really weird noise. It was like a noise. It's like, what the fuck is that? It was really loud. And so obviously I went out on because I've got a balcony in my bedroom. And I went out on my balcony and I was looking around the garden. I was like, I can't hear anything. No, I heard it again. I was like, what the? Like, it was so loud. And then this shadow appeared above me. So my instinct is to look up right into the fucking belly of this hot air balloon that was literally above my house. And the noise was the gas being poured and the flames filling up this balloon, which was like rapidly coming down to land in my frigging garden. And this guy was desperately trying to like get air back into his balloon and all the heat to make it go. And I'm like going, no, like looking, waving my arms like some crazy banshee. Don't fucking land on my house or in my garden. And oh my God, it was horrible. It was one of the most horrifying moments of my absolute honesty. I just saw my life flash before me. Never mind the poor guy in the basket. I saw my life flash before me as I literally could see the stitching on the fucking balloon. I don't like it and I don't get it. So maybe my thought process is, because I need to push myself to do things to kind of make my little boy proud of me and do things in his memory and raise money for charity, how cool would it be to absolutely push myself to my limits of all sanity and actually do a skydive from a hot air balloon? Now that would, obviously I'd wear a GoPro, I'd film it for YouTube, I'd raise money for charity whilst doing it. The thought of it makes me want to literally pee myself in fear. But, maybe it is a possibility. And, I need to face my fears, because I am scared of so much stuff. And my little boy went through crazy amounts of stuff in his life and he faced it with dignity and all this kind of stuff. And I'm sat here, like, being a pussy, basically. Am I allowed to say that now? Probably not. I'm being a wimp because of spiders and balloons and things that people actually like. It's stupid. So I need to face my fears and stop being such a wimp. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it. Just got this random thought process in my head, so I thought I'd blurb it all out on here because I can't see any of you and you're probably all laughing at me going, she's a dickhead. But yeah, anyway, phobias, fucking weird. Don't understand it at all. Thank you so much for listening, and hopefully my next podcast will be something a little bit more sensible, but probably not. And I'm going to go now and check every corner of this frigging house to make sure there's no spiders waiting to kill me whilst I'm asleep. All right, thank you so much for listening, and I shall speak to you soon. See you later, if I'm still here by morning.